batch of them this morning, as a matter of fact. Zach listens in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, right there on the Maryland border. Melanie is in Smithville, Tennessee. Bonnie's down in Marietta, Georgia. Jonathan listens in Clanton, Alabama. Clanton. David's in Chandler, Arizona. Catherine is in Columbus. That's in Ohio, yeah?
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
And Annie is in Ogden, Utah. So thank you, one and all.
I know Ogden.
Ogden, Utah. Have you performed there?
I have not performed there, but I've been there. I think I have an uncle that lives out there.
Oh.
Aunt and uncle.
All right. Still in the LDS, I assume.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't really hang out with them. Right?
You sent me the bloody 9 pounds video.
Dude.
Which is pretty good.
It's so funny.
2 British twins are complaining. Well, one is complaining about the fact that the ice creams from the ice cream van are so inordinately expensive. And she's very upset. I got to tell you, I'm confused by British currency. Pounds and quid and pence and I don't know, they kind of, pounds and quid seem to be interchangeable. Maybe British Alan can get us hip to this. What pounds and quid and pence are all worth over there. I know here in the States, Bill, pence is only worth a failed insurrection. Oh, Mary, you get it? Here's these 2 girls complaining to their mother about what the... now, they do have thick accents, but if you're watching, there is... it's captioned, but it's still funny to listen to.
Girls, what's just happened?
So, there's an ice cream van there selling just 2 ice creams with 2 chewing gums in it.
Yeah.
For bloody £9 for 2 of them.
£9 for 2?
Yeah, £9. That is going to get nowhere. The one that comes on my street is either £1 a p or £2. That is going to get nowhere with that.
No, he ain't, is it?
No, he ain't.
That's well bad, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you should know. And he only does bloody card. Stood there with my cash. Bloody hell.
That's well bad, isn't it?
Bloody well bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet he can hear me.
I bet he can hear me. Bloody hell. I thought bloody hell, by the way, is like a curse over there. I didn't realize that like little children were hip to...
Oh, there's an ice cream van there selling just 2 ice creams.
He's selling 2 ice creams with chewing gum in each for £9 bloody pounds. 9 quid for 2 ice creams.
Oh, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
She's like little Emma Watson. She looks like Emma Watson when she was playing Hermione back in the day. When all the Harry Potter kids were still actual kids.
With 2 chewing gums in it.
Yeah.
For bloody £9 for 2 of them.
£9 for 2?
Yeah, £9. That is going to get nowhere. The one that comes on my street is either £1 a p or £2. That is going to get nowhere with that.
No, he ain't.
He's going to get nowhere with that. Well, I hope that this guy driving the ice cream van really got a talking to. I hope that he got a stern warning. Because she's giving him info on the ground. Granted, she's closer to it than the rest of us, but she's given him usable, valuable market research. 9 quid for 2 ice creams with chewing gum in each.
Is it?
No, he ain't.
That's well bad, isn't
Yeah, you
it?
should know. And he only does bloody card. Stood there with my cash.
He stood there with my cash that my mum gave me. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
That's well bad, isn't it?
Bloody well bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet he can hear me.
Better can hear me.
They can hear me.
And then they just run off and go back to playing. I bet he can hear me. 9 quid. For 2 ice creams.
With a little bit of bubble gum in it. That's my favorite part.
Quid is slang like a buck. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I didn't know if it was a... Okay, well, that makes sense then. So quid is like, hey, give me... You got full quid. That would be £4, $4. I didn't know if there was a pounds to quid conversion. Or if it's just apples to apples.
1877 cars for quids.
Mary Santora performing live in Manhattan tonight.
Hey.
Where?
No, today I'm going bowling. Tomorrow.
Mary Santora bowling tonight
Tomorrow
at
night.
Astoria Bowl. What's it called?
Melody Lanes.
Melody Lanes.
That old man was not there last time. Maybe he'll be there this time.
All right.
Tomorrow you can find me in Long Island City and then at the Stand.
Long Island City. Going to go out there.
That's right next to where she is.
Canceled
Oh, it is
Comedy.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's right next
It's
to
actually closer to
Astoria.
Manhattan, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm thinking of.
Long Island.
Well, I'm thinking farther out. Yeah.
Yeah, Long Island is different than Long Island City.
All right. But they're all, if memory serves,
New York City.
Indeed.
Alan, they used to say bloody hell in the Harry Potter movies, so I don't think it's too bad. Oh, yeah, I saw all those movies. I didn't read the books, but bloody hell. All right. Well, I like it.
I used
like
to
those
say
kids.
bloody all the time when I was a kid.
Because you thought it was a cheat, yeah?
No, it's just me and my friends got really into Monty Python, so we would talk with a British accent all the time, and it would drive our parents insane. And I'd just be like, bloody hell. And they'd be like, don't say that. I'm like,
well, they
I
didn't
just
like
said
that.
bloody,
They probably
and I
just didn't
said
like the hell
L.
part.
I'm like, I'm not saying hell, I'm saying L. And they're like, that's just a workaround. And I was like, all right, well, and I'd say something like, you with all your bloody rules.
You got to give me something, Mom and Dad. I'm sure Mormon parents know all the workarounds, by the way.
Oh, man.
Because they're going to catch you.
Fetch was, that was what we'd say instead of the F word when we were missionaries.
What the fetch?
Yeah. Yep. We made fetch happen.
Right, but it was still intended to connote a curse.
Yeah, and so
wouldn't
that's
that in and of itself be bad?
That's what people would say. Like, well, you're still just basically turning that into a curse word.
Yeah.
And that's also bad. And we'd be like, look at this fetcher over here.
Mother fetcher.
Yeah.
All right.
Fetching
Well,
snitch.
kids are going to figure it out.
I was in a work meeting earlier today, and one of my coworkers accused another coworker of making a straw man argument. And I replied, it's not really a straw man, it's more of a hey boy. And no one got it, and everyone looked at me like I was crazy, and I lost a little bit of faith in humanity. See ya.
Oh, Matt's out there trying to fight the good fight.
I like a hey boy argument.
You fooled me with a hey boy. We will randomly mention hey boys at Casa Cox, just out of the blue. Got me with a hey boy. For people who haven't, Mary doesn't get the reference. If you've never seen the Weird Al movie called Weird, it is a completely manufactured biopic for Weird Al Yankovic, but it is so funny. And he tried to fool his parents by sneaking out, and he would make a hay-shaped boy. And his dad, who was, like a farmer type, would be like, "You got me with a hay boy." Whip the comforter back, and
love it.
Al was gone, left a hay boy in his place.
I need to watch that again. I watched it when it came out. I haven't seen it. It came out almost 2 years ago.
I think so, yeah.
Jeez.
It's on Roku channel.
Yeah.
Time isn't real, man.
Why? What's the matter with that?
2 years ago? I felt like that was like 6 months ago.
No. It came out September 8th, 2022. Year and a half ago, yeah. And it is stacked with great performances and actors. Julianne Nicholson plays his mom. Thomas Lennon, I think, is he's the accordion salesman. When his dad, Toby Huss, plays his dad, who, of course, was the Wiz back in the day on Seinfeld. He was the Wiz, and nobody beat him. Evan Rachel Wood is Madonna. Weird Al's in it, but he plays the head of the record company or something. And Daniel Radcliffe plays Weird Al. It's just a bonkers movie, and it's great. Jack Black's in it. That's for Mary. He plays Wolfman Jack. And Rainn Wilson is Dr. Demento. Will Forte's in it. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. Might not be everybody's cup of tea, but Matt, at least trying to keep the flame lit with a hey boy reference at work. I got me with a hey boy. And that's actually more fun, by the way, if people just stare at you and have no idea what you're talking about. Like here on the show, when I'll mention things and I'm met with utter silence because nobody knows what I'm talking about.
From the 40s, nobody was there.
Yeah, but you guys are mentioning stuff from the 90s. How do you think I and my ilk in the audience feel?
Well,
You
were
were
at least
around in the
alive.
90s.
Yeah, but I'm not watching Aladdin when I'm in college.
Yeah, but
should.
Aladdin's one of those movies that people have seen. Even like you have kids, it's crazy you didn't watch it with them.
My kids don't like fun. My
They like
kids
different. They like
They like
different
a
kinds
quarter
of
bagel.
fun. They like different kinds of fun.
My
What am I
kids
gonna-
like studying.
I'm gonna
And a
chastise.
quarter bagel and an abacus.
I'm gonna chastise my 8-year-old because she doesn't like Frozen. She's doing me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Gwen and I did. This was probably a year and it's probably during COVID. We did a Zoom. God, what was it? Oh, a Zoom trivia night with a bunch of friends. There were like 16 of us or something. We were the only 2 people who didn't get the Frozen question. We had no idea what they were talking about. Everybody else, they were blown away. They're like, you have a little girl. We're like, she couldn't care less about Frozen. Doesn't care. She even went to see Frozen live a few months back with her grandparents. They went to the Detroit Opera House and they saw Frozen, or the Fisher Center or something like that, and they saw Frozen live. And I was like, how was it? She's like, it was good. Like, it was cool. Like as a live performance, it was cool.
It's crazy because she's such good friends with my niece,
Yeah.
Eliza, and Eliza definitely had a very significant Frozen era.
Yeah.
Where she was dressing like Elsa every day. She's like, where's my Elsa dress? I need my dress.
And
Yeah.
she was the majority of girls that age. They do, a few months back when they were doing Frozen on Ice down here at the Romo Fijo, and I'm leaving work one night, and downtown is just nothing but little girls in costumes and dads who look like they want to chew a grenade. And I'm like, what is happening down here? And of course, I Googled events at the Romo Fijo, and it was Frozen Live. And they were doing like 4, 3 nights and then 2 on Sunday. I was like, oh my God, my kid's doing me a favor. I mean, for all I know, that movie could be great.
It's pretty good. It's not bad.
And at some point, we'll probably end up watching that movie. But as for now, she doesn't care.
Well, I would say
She wants to watch Simpsons and
Try
Bob's
Aladdin.
Burgers. Huh?
try Aladdin with her.
I've tried. Trust me, I'm not an alien. I've put these things in front of her, as movies that should appeal to, traditionally, people of her gender and age. I'm like, want to watch this? Nope. Okay. I'm not going to push it. But yes, she talks to your niece every day.
Mhm.
Every single day, they're on Minecraft together. So I'm like, well, she would know more about it than I would. And she wanted nothing to do with it. So, no, my kids like fun. But, I don't put my stuff on my kids. I never have. Obviously my older kids didn't grow up with me. So they were more marinated in their mom's whatever. But I don't put my stuff on my kids. My kids like French movies. You know what? You can kiss my ass. Oh.
We like the French cinema.
Did you watch any of the Seinfeld speech at Duke?
No.
Talking to the kids?
No.
I'm going to try and reach across a couple generations here to tell you the most important thing I am confident that I know about life. I'm 70. I'm done. You are just starting. I only want to help you. The slightly uncomfortable feeling of awkward humor is okay. It's not something you need to fix. I totally admire the ambitions of your generation to create a more just and inclusive society. I think it is also wonderful that you care so much about not hurting other people's feelings.
What was that?
Went away.
Faded out.
Well, that was
He's
weird.
getting canceled right there.
Yep, that's it. FCC said no more.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. What's going on? I want to play that whole thing. Oh, I think this thing had a thing in it wasn't supposed to have, obviously.
To create a more just and inclusive society. I think it is also wonderful that you care so much about not hurting other people's feelings. In the 1,000,001 ways, we all do that every second of every day. It's lovely to want to fix those things, but, all caps, but. What I need to tell you as a comedian, do not lose your sense of humor. You can have no idea at this point in your life how much you are going to need it to get through. Not enough of life makes sense for you to be able to survive it without humor. And I know all of you here are going to use all of your brains and muscle and soul to improve the world, and I know you're going to do a bang-up job. And when you're done, as I am now, I bet the world, because of you, will be a much better place. But it will still not make a whole hell of a lot of sense. It'll be a better, different, but still pretty insane mess. And it is worth the sacrifice of an occasional discomfort to have some laughs. Don't lose that. Even if it's at the cost of occasional hard feelings, it's okay. You gotta laugh. That is the one thing at the end of your life you will not wish you did less of. Humor is the most powerful, most survival, essential quality you will ever have or need to navigate through the human experience.
Not bad. He didn't get crotchety or, got the point across. Well, I mean, you can certainly see why they walked out.
Well, they walked out before he was. They're not walking out because he's giving the
What?
speech. They're walking out because of his support of Israel.
Of course, they missed all of it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't know if humor is the most survival essential trait.
I think it's water.
I was going to say, I don't know if how well jokes are going to serve us when the shrimp hits the fan.
No one's crawling through the desert going, I need jokes.
My friend's hurt. Is there a comedian in the house? Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. Al, we had a British foreign exchange student, and somebody stole her notebook, and she yelled, "Who snatched me bloody pad?" Is it the 28th already, Ethel? No, hey boy is not a pun. That's kind of why I explained it to people, because Matt's call, he got the joke. But hey, if you haven't seen that Weird Al movie, hey boy is
it's a literal hey boy. It's very
boy
literal.
made of hay.
Boy made of hay. A hey boy.
I think people are assuming it's a pun because when, the way he used it on the call was straw man argument into a hey boy argument. That's a pun.
That's right.
But it was in reference, I imagine, to the hey boy from Weird.
And what is a pun?
What do you mean?
It's just Bill's going over the top explaining, so I feel like he should explain what a pun is as well.
No.
Oh, well, I mean, some people thought hey boy was something we made up, and I'm like, we want to make it clear that it wasn't something we made up. Alan, water is not a trait.
That's true, too.
You get what we're saying, right? I mean,
Well, no, because
point
he's
of
talking about
communication.
personal traits.
Yes, I understand. But again, okay, let's take that. Post-apocalypse, I don't know if humor is going to be a trait that's going to keep you from being murdered.
And what would be? Determination?
Water, Mary. Water is a trait.
Your water trait?
Yes.
Yeah.
I become liquid. All I know
When
is
this can be a trait.
people love to tell the story about how being funny kept them from ass kickings when they were kids. I was funny. I never once got saved from an ass kicking because I made somebody laugh.
You
Also,
have
maybe you weren't that
anger-inducing
funny.
humor that.
Not when I was 5.
Oh yeah,
What is anger-inducing humor?
puns.
I wasn't making puns when I was 5. I make them now because they pay the bills.
You were getting beat up at 5.
I was getting beat up in
Kindergarten?
from kindergarten on. That's when most people get beat up, is in kindergarten. I just continued to get beat up. Most people are done by the 1st or 2nd grade. And I never once, that I recall, I don't ever once recall them going, this guy, because that's a story you always hear from comedians, right? I found out I was funny, and it kept me from getting an ass kicking.
That was literally what
Not once.
should have been funnier.
Yeah, maybe you weren't that funny. Maybe you thought you were funny, and everyone else was like, this dude's a tryhard.
Everybody told me I was funny. Why do you think I went down that road? It was the only thing I had going. I wasn't cool. So, yeah, it never kept me from an ass kicking, that I recall anyway.
Maybe it did, and you just didn't even know it was happening because
Maybe they beat it out of me.
Well,
Maybe
no,
that-
because they're like, we were planning on beating Alan up, but he was funny today, so they're not going to tell you we're not
didn't.
going to beat you up.
Yeah, that's true. You don't know what somebody didn't do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
funny how that works.
Alan, I couldn't say funk because it was too close. Yeah, too close to what? Hey, boy?
To fetch.
I've gotta get your funkin' fetching head in here and clean up for dinner. I got a break. I want to go see Dane Cook. Speaking of funny people, if he's your cup of tea, Dane Cook is the Fresh New Flavor Tour is what he's calling it, and it's going to get him to the Akron Civic Theater in October. So you'll be sitting on these for a minute, but I'll have them for you after the break. And then the very last chance today for you to win some money is the next keyword coming. There's $1,000 from the Buzzard bookie up at 5:30.
The Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio app and your favorite smart device. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio.
From the Universal Windows Direct Weather Center, WMMS Weather.
Tonight, a chance of showers and thunderstorms down to 59. More showers and thunderstorms possible tomorrow with a high of 70. Partly sunny Thursday, maybe slight chance of rain. Thursday's high, 73.
This report is sponsored by Take 5 Car Wash. New membership pricing just dropped at Take